South Africa will be one of the 3 African countries at this year's Olympic Games football tournament in Japan. Notoane's team qualified after having finished 3rd in the 2020 Africa Cup of Nations Under-23 tournament. Egypt and Ivory Coast are the other 2 teams that will also represent the African continent. South Africa, who have been drawn in a tricky Group A, alongside hosts Japan, France and Mexico, were earmarked to participate in an international tournament in the United Arab Emirates this weekend. But it was cancelled due to strict COVID-19 travel regulations.
Understanding the scenario and the situation that we find ourselves in as a country, South Africa, we are red listed in most of the countries, as you would be aware. So unfortunately, the tournament organizers confirmed that the tournament was no more going ahead. So we moved swiftly to tap our friends in North Africa, Egypt, and we managed to secure 2 games against Egypt.
The Olympic Games tournament is played outside the FIFA calendar, and clubs are not compelled to release players for the event. The cancellation of the UAE tournament was a blessing in disguise because local and overseas teams were reluctant to release their players. Following the team's achievement of qualifying for their 2nd successive Olympic Games, Notoane is hopeful of progressing beyond the group stages this time around.
As I said always, I'm one that is positive, believes in this talented team, and with good preparation, I have a strong belief that we can march all the way, to the semis, to a medal, podium position, which is either bronze, silver, or gold, and of course I want gold at the end of the day.
The tournament is restricted to players born on or after the 1st of January 1997, with a maximum of 3 overage players allowed in the squad. But Notoane says he will not be forced to include any overage players in his final squad because the team will be strictly selected on merit.
We have to acknowledge that globally, we see a lot more younger players at 19, 20, really playing at a high level, Champions League level. And you see also now our Champions League teams also starting to show more faith in younger players, Yes, the bigger issue for me when you're talking the balancing act is, I've always said this, that a player playing in Europe doesn't necessarily mean that they are better than the ones participating locally at PSL level.
Like in every Olympic year, the club versus country saga is expected to rear its ugly head again ahead of the event.
We must remember FIFA, there are rules, and you cannot force clubs if they are working within the rules that are prescribed by FIFA. So the only thing that will help us then is just negotiations with these clubs, and as the coach has said, there are ongoing negotiations with these clubs, and we hope that something positive will come out of this, and all the players we want will get them.
The 25-man squad that will travel to Egypt will form the core of Notoane's final team for the Olympics. The team includes 8 stars plying their trade across Europe. They include Ukraine-based defender Tertius Malepe, Portugal-based midfielder Kobamelo Kodisang, and forward Liam Jordan, who plays in Denmark. Sfeso Ramara, SABC News, Johannesburg.